Xin Zhao dashing in, Rakan follow-up, but their CC isn't as hard as a flag and drag, a headbutt pulverize, a chain of corruption.
I mean, it's very important you play Ult, maybe an Alistair stun or a Chovy snare that he wants to cleanse. I feel like you're giving up a little bit of that lane fighting power, and then really will be a slow laning phase, I think, from this Rakan Aphelios. They don't really have any combat summoners.
I don't think it's going to be slow from them. I don't think it's going to be slow for them, because they've already locked up as Razork looked for the gank early on. Completed his first clear, went down towards the bottom side, and we talked about playing through upset.
They want to go for a second dive here. I don't think they can defend it.
And there's no TPs for BDS as well, so this is a 4v2 in the making. Ice with the root under the tower, but Mickey wasn't tanking. A great double knockup. Mickey might fall to the tower shot. He will, but it's 3-1 in favor of Fnatic. They have found the weakness in BDS. They haven't died in a couple of minutes, which is more than can be said for the first few minutes of the game, as they had a bullseye on their backsides from Fnatic and from Razork. Paris is looking for Oscar in, and no flash. Remember, there's the quickness. Unstoppable onslaught into the decimating smash. Wind becomes lightning, and Oscar becomes fish food. Dead as BDS pick up their might just be the full tower with the grubs. No one really here to defend, as you say. First tower of the game will go over to Fnatic, sharing the plate gold, but you can see a 1.2k gold lead will materialize on that Varus. And you wonder why it's been banned out 19 times in a row so far. Perhaps this is why.
Yeah, but I think for any aspiring pro player that wants to improve how to snowball for both, I think this game is a blueprint.
Sure.
I think Fnatic has done it masterfully, made every right call in the bot lane. Oscar in here, maybe in danger again, but
all the aspiring top laners like, how do we snowball through bot lane? Okay, all I have to do is get killed twice, because they keep just investing in killing me. Go into his own jungle, into the fog of war, and he has the realm warp. So because he's in fog, he's always a threat. Oscar didn't have vision on the bottom side of the map, and he's going to die. Fuses me slightly considering Riptoad's on the top. Mickey's going to go in onto Paris. Bukada's there, he can battle dance away. They're realm warping towards Nuke, so they're just looking for the pick. Chovy flashes in, Rune Prison onto Nuke. Oscar will burn him. And I feel like perhaps Fnatic, have you ever heard of a mental game? Going up, 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 it's our moment. He just flies up.
Oh my god.
Good old K-pop demon hunters. Yeah. I don't think we've referenced that enough on podcast. Yeah. We should. Oh, Paris caught out a little bit here. Razork was looking for the knockout.
Flanking cow.
Paris goes in, gets knocked back. There's no one here to help him.
It's a flanking cow! Oh my god! Probably now you see Mickey base, and it's most likely going to open up topside again, and now you're going to see the sequence that's talked about before.
Yep, there we go.
It's a little bit preemptive with that, but now Mickey is trying to make another flanking car running into the jungle.
Trying to defend on the top side. Now we see, as you say, Fnatic moving up through... Oh, that was a very wiggly line. Fnatic moving up through that top side jungle. Razork not even going to invest the Rift Tower. They know they've got this tower already. They can use it for the mid-tier.
Not being very sloppy with their lead.
Which is not a Fnatic thing.
Yes, very, very uncharacteristic from Fnatic.
For years, we've talked about them as the team that oversteps, that misplays around their
He's been very positional with his gameplay, because he doesn't have to force anything, because there's no impatience. Like the impatience should be in BDS's roster right now, because they have to make something happen, because they're slowly losing the game.
Artican has been begun by Fnatic. Rooster has the teleport currently up in the top lane, catching that wave. Oscar winning TP's down. Artican already down to 5,000 HP. TP coming in from Rooster, but it's going to be too late to contest the Artican. Maybe a fight afterwards? I think not. Fnatic can walk away from this one. And
now has BDS, and the game is slipping out of your hands. His dragon is spawning, but in a 5v5 setting, I don't see them really contesting Fnatic.
It's just going to be so difficult, especially if Upset can land some poke before the fight. There's an LDR and a collector on Ice, so he does have something. Razork goes to the engage, jumps onto Ice. There's a realm warp follow-up, and Ice doesn't have a way out of here. Chovy with the flank in the end. BDS step forward, but nothing belongs to them. A double for Oscar to round it out. Third Drake alongside it. Fnatic 7k ahead.
That's just it, baby. I mean, there's not much you can do from BDS. If he opts in for his 5v5, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I feel like it's really hard, right? You don't want to give them soul point, but you don't have
just around their red side jungle, but those will be cleaned out by the support jungle combo of Fnatic. Razork starting up the Baron here. We'll clear out these.
Look at that poke on Ice.
Yeah, he's already half HP.
I think that was one Q from Upset, or maybe two.
I mean, he's double lethality Manamune, right? Like, he is a very, very strong Varus right now. Nuke trying to step forward. Razork and Poby working on the Baron together. It's already down to 5,000. Unstoppable Onslaught can be blocked out by Mickey. Equalizer down as well as Mickey finds the 3-man knock-up Realm Warp onto the back line. Immediately they look for the Aphelios, who's only got Cleave from Gravitum, and those are not good enough guns to win out the fight. Paris follows his AD carry into the grave. Rooster follows suit. Bukada and Nuke will die too. It's an 8-for-1 in favor of Fnatic.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous turn by Fnatic. You start the Baron, and then you insta-turn it. Razor gets 1,000 kills in the LEC. Incredible performance by him. I think it's a beautiful game to kind of highlight his impact on this league and in general over his career. But yeah, textbook play by Fnatic. You start the Baron with your jungler and your Ryze. Now, when enemies approach, you turn with the Ryze ult, and your jungler, guess what? He flies along. He hitchhikes on the Ryze ult, and it's just so easy. They just make it seem so easy. It's not that easy. A lot of teams mess this up. I've seen many teams mess this up. But Fnatic did it very beautiful.
It's about coordination on the court.
Exactly.
That's what Fnatic showed us really well there, right? Because it's so easy for the jungler to be like, oh no, finish quickly, then we'll Realm Warp. Let's do this, let's do this. Double TPs coming out from BDS as they look to catch out Oscar in. And I've said that a few times this game, and I'm pretty sure Oscar's done for. Equalizer down onto Paris. He'll pop the heal. Oscar in. I mean, there's nothing really he can do in this situation. Does have the flash, could try and get away. Will dodge the wind, becomes lightning, but perhaps he can just escape. Nuke across the wall, will follow him. Razor's now in. There's no way Oscar survives that. He gets another scrap shield. Mickey there to body block. Fnatic now going in, and Paris falls to Razork. Cataclysm in, but Razork's really deep here. He's going to get shut down. Nuke killed off by Upset. Rooster and Bukada trying to get away. Upset looking for the chase onto Rooster with a TP coming in from Oscar in. He wants his vengeance, wants revenge on the enemy top laner who consistently hounded him this game. Mickey there, got the knockup, dies for it as Ice takes him out, but Poby Realm Warps in after pushing in the top lane in his tower and will take the kill in the end. It's Paris and Bukada left alive to defend against Upset, Poby and Oscar Rinin.
Oscar just make it interesting. The last I mean, I was kind of hype. I mean, there was a big shutdown in Ice's pocket, but I don't think he's going to be able to spend that gold and use it for the next fight, because I think Fnatic is just taking their Nexus in front of their face. Yeah,
still 30 seconds before Ice is back up. Nuke up in 5. Paris trying to dive in, but Upset dodges him. And Fnatic will close out the game. Nuke spawns to see his Nexus fall. 17,500 gold lead for Fnatic at the end of it.
You cannot play the game. I'm still really worried that if Fnatic gets the way pushed in, there's two squishy little boys in the bot lane that is very easy to dive. Be the solace for BDS, because maybe he can use... So
you go for Paris. Oh, they didn't get the summons to the wall, but they still get the root. First blood over to Mickey.
And everyone in chat is both steel chat. It really allows you to run down the Jace if you land that Morning Mist, the crucial ability to land in this matchup. And it's kind of the mini game in this matchup where Jace has to dodge the Morning Mist, and then if he dodges it, then he can kind of chunk down the Maiden. And then when the Maiden dies, then York is kind of helpless. But for as long as those Morning Mists keep landing, it's pretty hard for Jace to get anything done in this lane.
Bukada's looking to try and relieve some of the pressure on Rooster here as he goes in. Glacial Prison lands. And pop goes the Yorick. The Maiden will follow suit. A long cooldown for that ultimate now as BDS once again. Basically all of Fnatic lead sitting on his shoulders. As Paris here, Mickey using the heal, still rooted up. Chase continues. Dodges away from the tangle, but Arb's Mom. Mickey flashes it. Wisely escapes Mom's clutches. And then will walk his way away.
Very well played. Mickey is running away. Paris is being very
Paris goes for a flash in a flame.
Okay. Paris, that was... I mean, Oscar could ward this bush. I feel like you should here, but it's not easy to call to make always, because there's two angles you can come from. You can go from this bush or behind, and you can only ward one of them, so... Well, danger.
He hasn't warded either of them. And there's the Glacial Prison, and there's Oscar Rinin flashing away for the accelerated shot blast. Finds its man, and now BDS take the lead in gold.
4K if you round up. Really impressive laning phases. This is not normally. This is not normally.
Oh, the slide back onto Nuke. Poby finds his man, and now Bukada running for the hills. Knocked up with the Keeper's Verdict's going to flash as well and gets to the safety of the tower. Has to burn his Summoner spell to do so. Paris once again with that focused resolve, looking for the root. Couldn't quite land it this time. The problem for him is Razork's on this side of the jungle. Bukata's coming across. Chovy can move from mid in a second after he's pushed that wave in. And it's Paris slammed into the wall. Mickey there with the chase. Locks him up with the root. Mickey gets his second of the game.
And Mickey, Oscar being left alone. There's a complete split map.
A glacial prism. Well aimed there from Bukata. Finds the mark. Tanks the tower. And this might be first tower for BDS. It's being traded on the bottom side. Oh, it's one auto in it. Fnatic will get the first tower of the game.
I have a lot of sympathy for Oscar, what he's going through right now. It's something that every top laner goes through sometimes, because your bot lane is like, we are going to carry the game from bot. Just make top lane be safe.
Just play safe, man.
Just play safe. But the thing is, I cannot play safe, because there's a Sejuani ulting me all the time, and just always behind me, and it's... He actually can't do more.
To Fnatic. They can put this in the top lane. Nuke's going to stay around as Poby will push in. Nuke backs away. And there's the Rift Hold going down. So Fnatic trying to look towards that tier 2. A couple of pings coming out from BDS to try and answer it, realizing we don't want to give up that 700 gold to Poby. And because they have Paris and Bukata answering, BDS should be able to stop the push. Fnatic realize it. They're just going to back off and go back to their shopping.
But I really like what Fnatic did.
The teleport and the Maiden and the Triforce complete. BDS calling Fnatic to the fight. We'll start up the Infernal Drake. Upset's pushing through mid. Where's Mickey? The question you have to ask. TP behind.
Oh my god.
Good double knockback from Razork, and now Bukata kind of isolated from the rest of his team. He's going to flash away Oscar and locks up Paris, who also has to flash. Oscar just distracting the backline. A great keeper's verdict from Razork. Allows Fnatic to get their third dragon of the game.
Beautiful by Razork. That was exactly what they needed. I love the different angles Fnatic went for there. We had Oscar tipping in behind, Poby from the right flank, and Mickey just being a fog, BDS being unaware, and I feel like that all those different angles really allowed Razork to walk up and kind of get a little bit more space, because BDS was so aware of all the different flanks.
Oh, Razork trying to keep Bukata at bay here as Oscar and Poby have started up the Otacon. Redemption coming down. Bukata, he's already at basically half HP. Razork looked for the flash stun into the wall. The Weaver's wall coming out as well. And now Razork seismically shoved into the unraveled earth. Sundered Sky healing, not enough to keep him alive as he dives in. The Otacon will be taken, almost stolen by an accelerated shot blast in the end. Razork
Minion that is scheming in the jungle.
Razork with a keeper's verdict.
Oh, I think
coming out as well.
That's
the clone minion. You say he's too far away, and it seems like he is. Infernal Soul for Fnatic. And they just walk
and they're happy. They don't need to fight.
Yeah.
Now they can just reset, set up the Baron. Once again, great discipline by Fnatic. What am I seeing? Fnatic not going for random fights. Fnatic not skipping steps. This is a new Fnatic I'm seeing this summer, and it is amazing me how disciplined they are, how proper they are with the steps, and just they're playing good.
Yeah, in championships, obviously that's still
my god,
away.
Mickey took the red buff.
Well, of course he did. He's a good stealer, man. Goes in with the Pop Blossom, catches Bukata. The Baron low. Mon called, but Baron taken. Bukata dives in with a flash, but dies for it. Fnatic get their fourth, get the Baron, get the soul. Poby is beginning to enact, but he won't be able to do it. Poby just allowed to take that tier 2 in mid. Oscar in and about to show on a bot wave, so BDS will know for a short window here they have a man advantage, but as Oscar in shows, Fnatic back up just a step or two.
I mean, it's difficult to force these avenues for BDS, because I feel like, sure, you know York is top, but who are we going on to? Are we going on to the Poppy? Are we going on to the Junara with Cleanse? The only real target is Mickey, but I mean, it's...
You don't really want to dive onto a Pop Blossom.
You don't want to dive onto the Nico. It's really difficult, because what you have is your range and like this Talia shoves, but unless they're going into you, you can't really go into Fnatic. You kind of want them to go for you, but they're not doing it. They're just waiting for the York to push out, and once again, discipline by Fnatic.
That's a three-way push now for Fnatic as Oscar in and takes the tower in the top side. Poby just buffing up the waves. Anytime Rooster steps in, puts down a soldier, chunks him out. Rooster has to back away, using the cannon minions really effectively. Oscar in and continues to step forward with these Baroned up minions. Bonk, as you say. Last rights to the tower. The Maiden will fall here, as Nuke and Rooster should be able to take it down before she slithers her way away. But while all of this is happening, two people have had to respond to the top lane pressure, so the mid lane inhibitor and tower will fall. Meanwhile, Ice Powers and Bukata are trying to deal with Fnatic, who have finally decided it's time to back off from bot. With the Weaver's Wall coming out, Razzle, their steadfast presence won't block off Nuke, who dismounts early, flash away from the Glacial Prison. And guess what, guys? Poby and Oscar in the top lane, just taking by Fnatic. BDS trying to react every time Bukata's tried to get close to one of these. He is being stopped by a Keeper's Verdict, by a Pop Blossom, just by the Elder being taken. Razzle takes his enemy man out, Nuke TP's in, and I'm gonna say that TP really sucked. That was a really bad one, Nuke. I get what you were going for, but it just didn't work out. Fnatic now with Elder, Infernal, no Baron because it's still 20 seconds away from spawning. This should all be done, but the Nexus falling.
I mean, every objective is the same. It's just it's just Upset and Bobby having a good time hitting the objective, then the bouncers of Razuk and Mickey not allowing anyone else to join them. They're just fighting on the objective all the time. And the game is being pushed in there with the Elder. I imagine it's going to be quite an easy finish for Fnatic here. Not the 15 shot class could probably save this position.
Unfortunately for Fnatic, it has gone past the 1 hour series, if only by a minute. The Pop Blossom comes out, forces BDS back to the base, and they're actually quite low now. It's smoldering time as he manages to take a couple. Poby with a great Emperor's Divide, though, will keep Fnatic alive for a second. I doubt Fnatic secure it in 32.5.
And things that can zone you out of the fight. On KC side of things, that I don't really feel like you're ever really going to be able to play into the fights. Plus a huge amount of, Lily is quite fast, Yone's diving back.
Slovenians who also, agree with you.
In Ireland we take food as well and change it, but we definitely don't perfect it.
Have you ever tried a spice bag?
That's a rough one for the...
Baron should be dead here, right? I mean, Yike can just stand and deliver. He takes up and kind of burns him down. Easy game,
nice
easy
and patient. They seem to be a bit scared.
With ulti as well.
Yeah, Kalist and Targus have this wave in an awkward spot where Super and Alvaro imagine Yike is in the area, so don't want to try and overextend for it, but here's the decent engage.
Empire's down, and they're just given an ulti as well, and Kalist, he's been healed up. Targus already used his ulti, but slowed down with the laser beam, and Alvaro gets flashed on. Lethal tempoed. Kalist with a kill as well, and KC's early game is quite concrete.
Yeah, nice job by KC to get the play in the top side. You can see Supa and Alvaro really worried that Yike might be trying to come over the wall and get on top of them, but they're able to find that moment with the push in mid as well, covering them. KC now get the top objective as well.
Might show me the trap, but he comes up on the bush.
Ulti, auto, mid went dead. He can't get the between worlds TP, and Khan with the second kill.
Thanks for coming.
You're looking handsome today, brother. You're doing well.
You too, mate.
Okay.
Oh, Yoy is not looking so good as he is falling.
This game, you think, Mickey?
Yeah.
Probably in the two.
Let's focus on game 2 for Korea.
Bit rough. I ain't talking about a dog. Kana caught up in the wind. But now becomes drowsy time. Now becomes the sleep. El Yoya pops him down. Okay, if Mickey could see this, I wonder what he'd say, Dagda, because that's the first kill, and they're holding a gold lead right now. KC use their pressure. They're going to get their first dragon of the game. That's one apiece here in our slow starter, but we're out of ammunition as MKOI commits the Nexus. Equalizer almost up and available. Carter's like, I can see a kill. I can see a kill. El Yoya, he's going to lens at least 2 or 3 KC members. It's been really hard this game for MKOI to achieve.
You're so short range on MKOI, and again, you don't really have many tools to get into fights. As long as Alvaro's bot as Kalist.
Arclight of Ruin comes through, but it's at the wrong way. Kalist still auto-attacking and waiting for the next leap. He's just going to do a kick flip and walk towards Super, but Super's already far away as well. Top turret, the priority here for Jojo. Well, remember, 3 grubs are picked up by KC. Their pushing power is strong as well as they look towards mid with Herald.
This is although it looks a little wonky, the best way for MKOI to try and play this.
Looking Lullaby. Cozy Campfire comes through. Vladdy's out of that one. There's a between worlds. Good knock-up set up by Alvaro. 2-man with the Graviton, but there's no damage. Super doesn't have the range in the guns either. And even though Kalist's ulti is already down, he gets a slow. The equalizer comes in, and Kana is running at them. On the retreat path is MKOI after the warpath set out by KC. It shreds resistances, and teams just like to throw around it. So KC have to be careful. Jojo going in and onto Kalist at half HP. He stands for now. Another Cozy Campfire, and that'll give him a nice heal and toot in his step. But at 8k, MKOI here to play in front of Atakan at 6. It's still going down. KC flash though into Elyoya, but a quick flash response. Meanwhile, Jojo has to ulti out from Kalist. He ultied, he ran in, lilting multiple under Kana, but he's burning down the deer. We're eating venison tonight, but as Elyoya gets out, Super goes in, gets the range on Kana, and Kalist is still in ulti. Yes, he's zoning, but where is the spike going to come from? Elyoya has to run in, but he can't. Too far away. Yikes stood his ground, and KC
an access on a flank.
Yep.
That can be game breaking. And on the upside, like even if Kalist is just able to use that range and not really get in trouble from Jojo, Mirren, or Super, that could also be something that KC can look to play through.
Gun check here. Super just ran out of the Calibrum. Now he's got Gravitum and Infernum. Duo won't be great, but at least with the Moonlight Vigil, that Infernum can shred through. Yike at half HP, and his heart still that hasn't done much this game has flashed in Mirwin. Great burst, and now a lilting lullaby soon to follow. Targamas sends out the ulti, but meanwhile, Yike has to kite it back. Kana's ulti's great with the Empress Divide from Bloody, and Alvaro will die because of it. Jojo getting burned down on the side, but somehow Yike, Targamas, both alive. Just can't believe KC didn't die from that. Again, shows you the skill. Yike has one moment. As by the way, I thought that heart still got a couple more.
Kind of pushing on bot though, completely isolated. So they're kind of fishing for some sort of play, fishing for another TP or just taking the Baron.
Let's see which one it is this time. Ward over the back of the pit. The TP options aren't great until that control ward gets dropped down. Alvaro drops a fresh one as equalizer into Super, and Elyoya Alvaro is deep here as well. Unbreakable will come, and an attempted steal. No, they 50-50 to KC. One out with a beautiful impale. Elyoya bites the dust. Infernum does big damage, but look at Kana. Advantage for KC where they will have double smite. Alvaro, remember, phase rush here on the cow, so doesn't have that same opportunity. Targamas should just burn it here. Does it in the end anyway. Okay, whatever, but regardless, good. There's KC in a turret. It's going to go down quite quickly. Easy to step up again, and the sustain makes it really annoying for MKOI. Their poke really works too much, and there's no Calibrum available. They're getting zoned off. Kana's now thinking about how he can move in with Equalizer again. The engage from Jojo onto Yike won't mean too much as Vladdy and Targamas step back, and MKOI keep getting chunked out. Every time they're going to lose more and more as yet another turret falls.
Again, the range discrepancy coming into play. KC get to farm up. They have a ton of repellent for if you try and dive as MKOI. You have the Emperor's Divide. Yike doesn't quite have the ultimate, but can peel, same with Targamas. It just makes it really difficult for MKOI to deal with this Baron push.
Next wave coming in as well. Jojo actually tagged out by Electro Harpoon. Kana's doing serious damage now. As Alvaro jumps in, they have to turn and engage. There's between worlds, but Alvaro's so deep, and look, Kana just flashes in. Under a turret, he goes golden, so he won't die. That was insane play as MKOI get wiped off the map in one fell swoop. Kana just said this has to end.
Karmine Corp found their moment. Alvaro tried desperately to make it happen, but KC are just too strong.
Now, match of the week. Sure, it started off slow, but then it was KC down to a 50-50, but that didn't matter either. KC outclassed and enter into this match of the week in a big way. Let's get another kill down and then move to game 2.
A strong early game from KC.
Yeah.
Control a lot of that space and good opportunities to just dive on towards potential plays in the mid game, especially if this the Jinx ends up isolated at any point in time.
Move to heal.
Watch the mid jungle of MKOI starting to move down on this bottom side.
What can they do though? Alvaro thinking about another engage. Boomerang Blade out. There we go. Flash from Alvaro. He goes deep. He gets zapped as well. Alvaro, what the hell was that? Lethal tempo now for Kalist, and with an enchanter. Super knows he's in trouble. A lethal tempo pulled up as Jojo tries to get the AD carry, but flash from Kalist forward, and he's out of there. Targamas used the Glitter Lance to get the slow on Jojo, and he's got his flash ready, but will he have to use it? Elyoya came in for an angle himself, but now he runs. KC looking for a bit more fun. Tibbers is out, an audacious charge. That started with Alvaro going way too far.
Rare miscommunication from the MKOI bot lane. Alvaro went in, Super had already started to walk back. There was no follow-up on the play. Ultimate. So KC still hovering, but I don't think they're in a position now to really push for this. Yeah, Super and Alvaro, the ricocheting blades, getting a lot of work done in that mid lane to push the wave.
It's a nice objective to take. Mega Death Rocket will not be spell shielded. MKOI are looking to snap, maybe look at the target, but KC are in numbers strong. That was Floody, and maybe with the TP in, Mirwan's the one inting. Let's turn it about the top laner from MKoi. Get support here, and Alvaro tried to salvage a play, but into a decimating smash. MKoi ran into a disaster. Kana flashes over the wall as Sap doesn't connect because Alvaro's right behind enemy line. He's between Jojo's been hit, Elyoya, Alvaro as well. Meanwhile, Super's flashing into Targamas, and he'll get a kill. Bloody, he's going to die as well. We've gone from nothing to everything, and Super gets a double. What the bloody hell, League of Legends, are we watching here?
That started off so well for KC, and then it's so badly for KC. MKoi overextend on the initial play, and then MKoi think, oh, well, we can just bully our way through here, but end up so separated. That KC then end up so separated that MKoi have to find the picks, they get top tower, they get the Rift Herald, and Super flashing in is able to get a ton of gold off the back of it as well. The CC comes down, Alvaro goes in, seeing that Mirwan was already polymorphed, which means that then Alvaro can try and get out, but the decimating smash to be able to connect with that top side and keep it safe.
And they've still got Herald. Oh, it just pops it down now. Inner should be gone. Super's able to step up a little bit as there's a bit of range onto Kalista now that Targamas is by his side. They feel confident, but look, the damage on the first charge is immense, and Herald trying to be taken by Alvaro to get on out as Kalista. KC this game was really swinging in their lead this early game. You know, that anti-steal was big. Yike now though, the flash engage from Vladdy. It's comboed up and an easy kill. Trying to give it over to Vladdy, but he's flicked back, so a shutdown goes to Yike instead. Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Yike and Alvaro meet. Grand entrance outwards as turret's going to go down for MKoi. I mean, they're just playing the map right now so much better, and like kind of yesterday, like the game one we saw from MKoi was eerily a little bit similar.
KC members were already positioned on that top side. They immediately fall back over to it. They're able to take the KC just not going to be in a position to contest this before it goes down.
Yep.
And the waves aren't in a position to go for any sort of cross map, making it essentially as free of an Atakan as you can.
It's a big objective, and the fact that you're not flipping for it is big.
Vladdy having no flash, I think this is kind of where MKoi are like, well, you don't really have a way to find the engagement.
Oh, Vladdy luckily on the right side of the wall. Jojo would have flicked him and Alvaro would have followed up, but regardless for MKoi.
So things are getting easier.
Ulti. There's a pick off, and Kana just caught out. Yes, it's ulti, but where's he going to go? There's a wall in the way. Decimating smash won't buy time for anything, and MKoi using the tools you wanted to see this game, and how easy was that?
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be his Vladdy now in trouble.
Vladdy will have a stun in a moment, but getting out first. It out, sits in a brush. Yike is chasing. Vladdy's there as well. He has no flash though. Alvaro's just going to escape, and look, Jojo's like, don't worry, I have a wall. There we go. Turret's going to drop down with one grub, and there's it in a turret. I was questioning how it falls down, just like that.
Not going to do it in the bottom wave.
TP.
Maybe looking for the wall here.
Super. Not a wave. Not my problem. Boomerang blade in. Yike goes in. Flash is burnt. Yike doesn't get anything with the ulti. And Mirwan's ulti gets into the backline. He starts shredding out as finally we get our team fight. But for MKoi, it's a complete wipe. Super just walked up. Press W, change next song. Okay, game 3. I didn't even know.
The TP from Mirwan wants to try and look for the end here. Kana gonna have to desperately try and clear out these minions, but I don't know how much work he can do.
What can he do with a flick back his Super? The shred through. Next wave will help end the game. 20-second death timers, and the health bars are a little bit too low, but Koi have this one in the bag.
MKoi gonna move over towards the Baron. Make sure they can pick that one up. TP to secure it from Alvaro as well. Dragon is still there, but Baron always going to be the name of the game in this position.
Super easy, and this will be taken mega quick. And you know, Kalist does have his ulti, so wait, hold, wait, Kalist ulti, wait, Kalist. What's the value here? If he waits a little bit, Mirwan might die, but with an IE, no, there's no but. Mirwan played here once, and that wasn't even the pick of the fight. I just expected Siva to do a lot, and I guess Super did enough for me. KC still fighting in front of this dragon that was not taken. Weaver's wall is out as well, and on the wrong side of it, Kalist and Targamas with Tibbers out. They try something. Kalist does get a reset. Kana is the trade-off though. Both AD carries now free firing as Kalist with an IE feeling a little bit more confident. But top laner for support, what do you prefer?
I'll take the support down.
I'll take the support down for 500.
Yeah.
Now, next question, Dagda. At 10,000 gold lead and soul point, to what can KC find to bring back in this game?
I don't think there's much. At this stage, you're about to lose your base. You've got Baron and 3. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Bloody, just going to get walked into. That was easy. Yikes, now here. Mirwin thinks, hang on a minute, I've got energy. Let's find out what he can do with the sledgehammer down. He's going to be engaged on, but even with the passive, there's 3 people to commit. Mirwin's taking a while to die. Re-engage from Yike. He flashes. Now thinks about going back in. Mirwin takes one, takes another, and you know what? Let's go again. With Super there, there's nothing we can't achieve. And even that's too bloody hard for KC this game.
They can't get anything. Mirwin dodging everywhere, getting the shield, and Super shows up in the nick of time as well. MKOI, they have options, but there's only one left for KC, and it's to watch as your base goes down.
It's a flash engage to end this one. We're going to a game 3 in our match of the week. Both teams have put on a masterclass, but it's MKOI in game 2 that have once again arisen. It's becoming a trend so far in summer that the Spaniards like to play it slow but steady. Ladies and gentlemen, game 3 awaits in our match of the week, right? For me, when the final pick here is still that Ornn, where that long-range engage and the insane teamfight setups he had yesterday, I think personally that's what won them the fight. Like, that's all I think about. And you fall off the map and you just be done. You just have to watch your other other people play the game. You're like, oh, this is boring. That was before NPCs came into the mixes. Oh no, it wasn't, but you know what I mean. Dragon's going to be started, taking KC. Okay, early game, off to a flying start as Shockwave's going to miss there against Bloody. He just walks it out. Jojo's going to get a good trade here, but without the Shockwave damage.
Yike got a lot done, though, as we were kind of talking about that. More focused on the objectives with the top lane.
It starts off, teleport coming in, and Kalist, remember, he took a chunk before. Will it matter too much here for Koi? They're thinking about their angle. Alvaro needs an impossible engage, but made possible. Call the forward god. Flashed in. Mirwin does it again. Zone.3 from KC, and Yike is down. Meanwhile, Kana got into the backside. Gets Super's flash out, but now he's isolated. Alone, left to dry. While KC getting front to back by MKOI. In the blink of an eye, it's MKOI with 2. Dragon down as well. He's looking for a target. Kalista's here, but so is Targamas. The clone found out that they know it's real, and he's burnt down. A spear easily done. And in the heart of Targamas, he drops down. That timing ain't good. 35 seconds. An assault in, that doesn't come through as Jojo's going to be collapsed on after the fact because he stepped up to the wave thinking that, yeah, my team is in river, but no longer. He flashes away with teleport to cover as well. The Vi entry is not an assist. Instead, Shockwave disengaged by Kana. A great W as the Pathmaker's now down. Mirwin flashes in again, doesn't give time to engage even though the steering charge doesn't work. Pop Blossom on the back end. KC looking for the fight. Targamas found everyone, but they need damage. Jojo in the storm now hits them all. Kana is just running forward, unable to die. And Elyoya comes in late. KC just sent it under turret. Kalist close, but he wins it out in the end. And Mirwin caught in the middle. We go from nothing to everything for KC.
KC were just playing the waiting game. They had Kalist moving from the mid lane, making his way down to that bottom side, and all they were doing is biding for that moment where Kana could help turn it around, and MKOI took the bait.
A slither of HP. There's a crush down, by the way. Alvaro's looking for Targamas and getting in the way of Dragon. And Super now comes on in at full HP. Alvaro's trying to sacrifice his life as Yike has to walk away from the Dragon. There's a teleport. We devolve as Jojo doesn't have a shockwave, but he's 20 seconds off. Yike has to disengage. There's no smite in the pit right now, but Yike can't get nearby. It turns into a leash, and Super's entrance brings the Dragon back for MKOI.
Kana TP to the top lane. Oh my God.
Keep down Bloody. And even though there's a stun coming up, Shockwave, it does not connect. Bloody's running to the safety of his turret.
Gets funky because Kana TPs to the top lane to get the tier 1, but it does mean, hang on.
Mirwin's going to be cancelled. Yike doesn't get his assault in, but he still has a cease and desist, or rather he doesn't even need it. Even after a searing charge, Kalist is now on a rampage. 4 kills on the Corki. He picked up one by himself last time in bot fighters. Khan is running for life, but he's a Cassante. CC means nothing to him, and so he'll just evacuate this bot turret.
Does mean we're essentially back to all square, though, when it comes towards the goal.
Being used, that account at 8k, going down fast with Herald, being the option for MKOI mid.
This is a little risky, though. I don't know if KC can burst this out.
Call the Forge God at 2, and a 1. It's taken by Kalist, but Pop Blossom, Alvaro in the back again. A cease, a desist, and all out from from Kana. Knocks about. Super's flipped up, but Bloody is frying him alive. A fourth in the electric socket, and MKOI can't move.
It looked like Alvaro might have been able to set up for that 35 seconds in theory. Jojo just going to take Terra and look for the reset.
And his side lane play continues no matter what champion he's on. He's still up in CS, by the way. He's still massively up on Bloody, and you know, we need a big shockwave. We need a combo from Movistar Koi. KC keep winning out these fights. Feels easy to execute so far, at least, as Vault Breaker in onto Mirwin, just out of range. Trying to get some brittle there.
He's just going to take the camps instead.
Yak takes this with ease. Okay, 2 apiece. Game gets interesting. Gold's even more even than before. Baron's up in the
lane. There it is.
They get mid lane TP immediately, you're right. So Mirwin's going to join in, but this ain't just a start. This is looking to be a finish, and KC have got it down to 5. It's gone down mega quick, and MKOI have to get in. Elyoya needs to steal at 4, at 3. They hold off. They look for the turn. Pop Blossom, a one-man as Jojo gets caught out and stormed to death. Kana collapses on the super as the feathers fly out. He gets an ulti output for MKOI. That storm is getting bigger, and they're right in the middle of it. But it ain't too pretty as Super walks back in to get destroyed. Kalist and Bloody have one last target as Mirwin runs for his life. And KC take care of business.
KC's team fight was clutch there. The fact they caught Jojo again, that Orianna without the flash, every which direction to try and save people, whereas KC quickly teetering in on towards those carries and able to finish them off. Taking the pressure that they can inside, but the gold lead starting to become a bit too big for them.
Becoming huge, 3,000. And Soul Point, will we get to the 4th dragon is the biggest question, because Koi are getting sieged on quite heavily. Bot turret going to drop down while Jojo is trying to make it a trade, but remember earlier on, KC got those 2 grubs. They have an advantage. And this mid turret is going to be next while Jojo just simply tries to get one.
It's the, I think, correct call from MKOI in this situation. Yeah. Baron's go creeps. You're not going to be able to defend. Your comp is pretty short range. So instead, just try and match the turret takes, engage on bot.
Steering charge. There's the ulti from Elyoya, but he runs into harm's way, and Bloody we find to just range him down. Bliss the same as well, by the way. And now that Elyoya's here, they know exactly where the jungler's coming from, and Jojo had to back away. He's going to be on vision with his mid wave too, with half HP on the inhib turret bot. He's going to keep waddling down.
This is what I mean, this little MKOI can do on the defense of the siege. They need to try and find something, but it didn't end up working out. At least they got the top tier 2, but they will lose their base for it.
Jojo stepping up to make sure mid doesn't go with it as well. Inhibitor now.
As just hiding out of vision here.
Walking in, gets stunned up. He walked right into that one with the Magna Storm, and he's been opened up. That's a shutdown. Now Kana walked into man, but with Bellows, Brett he has to be careful. He'll get brittled, he'll get slowed, and with dissonance, there's nowhere to go. He flashes away, and poor Mirwin needs it late. He's going to start, but before KC even know what hit him, no! What? Yoink comes through, doesn't drive-by, flashes out. Never mind, they knew, and they just took it. Kana runs in now with Hextech Soul, and a Pop Blossom above all, with a Tangled Barb, and an ulti from Kana off the back. Mirwin flashes out, because the Movistars have just been demoted. They're being casted as extras. A Jike will die for the play. The Blade Caller, Super runs in, wants his job back, trying to get a root, but doesn't. Kana steps forward, Bloody runs in, and indeed, it is the Movistars who
might be that. But no KC member walking close enough to Elyoya in transition.
He'll just take so long to die. It has to be some kind of miracle fight that doesn't use all the engages as Kalist walks back in. Minion be damned, there goes the last inner of their game.
Yeah, I think for Jojo, just seeing maybe he could get something, but unfortunately that little bit short. And now KC, once more in front of this next turret to fall. The base from MKOI is crumbling.
Yak tries to lure them in, or rather pretend like he's going to cease and desist. The AoE, the splash, does wonders on the inhibitor. And MKOI have to give it up. Next wave is top. You've only got one wave. Elyoya doing some damage as well. This burn, this Elder is helping out MKOI.
Elyoya still has the ultimate to try and reposition. KC having to cede ground. MKOI forcing them back. An Elder Dragon below half.
It's a root in. Super does good damage at 7k though. If they flip this again, it might all be over. Mirwin sets up, call the forward, got the Pop Blossom, doesn't do any work. Forward and down, right, and get hit him finally. Jojo finds them all. The setup's big, but for Koi, they need to keep it going. Vladdy's got a storm in the middle of the ball, and it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. He dies, but it gets the biggest until Mirwin survives. MKoi have found 4 of KC. The game will go on.
The problem is...
No 80 carry with the G8. Also worth mentioning here, those ultis, let's have a quick look, all up and available.
This is dangerous from MKoi though. They've committed to the pick. KC could move down mid, but now we're looking at the Dragon.
Elder's helping out. Watch out for Super here, who wants to keep waddling about. Targmas in it back. He's got himself a Pop Blossom angle. He's going to find them all! He snuck in to bring KC back on down. Mirwin running aground, but he's dead. Max is Kaliz got to kite it out. Elioya wants to leave, but Vladdy closes the door on this series once and for all.
You need eyes in the back of your head if you're going to spot out Targamas. He's so consistently able to find these moments, and once more, he finds it for KC right at the end.
We got delivered a banger to end the series in our match of the week, but in the end, the French rise up. There will be no white flag. There will be no surrendering here today. KC undefeated in Group A, 3-0, and so well deserved after that ending.